Okay, week 4, Rams versus Colts. Indianapolis is favored by 1.5. I'm going to be taking the under again. The model is saying that the Rams, without any adjustments, have about a 2.5 point spread. Uh, when you adjust it, it's saying that the Rams should have closer to about a 5 to 6 point adjustment. I'm not going to lie to you. It's difficult to look at how these two teams have played and really kind of feel strongly one way or the other. Jacksonville actually looked pretty good this last weekend. In fact, they've won their last two. The Rams they beat what appears to be not a terribly bad Seahawks team and lost a close one to what I think is a pretty darn good 49ers team. And then, but just seemed to flail against Cincinnati, and not a Cincinnati that came out and rocked it either. A Cincinnati that looked like they're still pretty weak. So that notwithstanding, both teams have their weaknesses. What I really point out here is when you look at the Rams, they're putting up they're putting up yards, not necessarily points, but putting up yards. Sometimes it's hard to tell when they're garbage yards. And then you match that up against the Colts poor pass defense. So you got an offense that likes to pass. They like to they like to get in a lot of plays against a defense that is uh, not very good, and an offense that is poor to mediocre, which means that the Rams are going to get a lot of plays against them, and normally when that happens, they're going to put up some points. I do notice that it looks like uh, the Colts first string quarterback Richardson's coming back. We'll see. Albeit, I think they probably have the best backup in Gardner Minshew in the entire NFL. So either way, this model is going to go based upon what that team has done. So I'm not. So sometimes it's really hard to say, especially with when you have a young quarterback like Anthony Richardson. I'm not really sure I can say what impact he is going to have because I just don't know. We haven't seen him enough. So let's go to the performance charts. So what a few things that stand out here is, as a previous chart kind of alluded to, this illustrates that the Rams are expected to put up a lot of passing yards. A very good Rams passing team against a very poor Colts uh, uh, secondary, or even a rush for that matter. So and then likewise. Uh, you have a pretty overall a pretty anemic offense all the way around. And, I do see that the Indianapolis run is better than that of the Rams, but I think the Rams are putting all their eggs in the being able to pass the ball basket. Then when I come over here, I notice you see this explosiveness. It that is a characteristic in a lot of games, and the ability of an offense to be able to put up some points. Like I said, I think that uh, sometimes the sports writers put too much emphasis on home field advantage. Um, and again, I have not. I haven't sat down and watched the games. Overall, I think that the games, these teams are somewhat evenly matched. They seem to have some mismatches in certain areas. And we'll see how those pan out for the game. But anytime you have a high performing passing offense against a low performing passing defense, you have the opportunity to see a lot of points put up. And that's what the model is saying should occur. That's not to mean that Indianapolis can't swap some things out. If Anthony Richardson comes back and they can control the ball, that throws that model off entirely, but I don't know that's going to occur, and I'm not sure I have enough data to say if it does occur that's going to make that difference. So, anyhow, I'm going to be taking the Rams and the under. Good luck with your pick.